my take on the Florent Manaudou 50-meter freestyle time of 21.98 seconds from 22 April 2023. I'm making this video less than a year later, barely, but less than a year later. I'm filming this Wednesday, 17 April 2024. I'm Tanis Leonhardi, she, her, hers of Seattle. I'm going to talk through the Florent Manaudou of France 50-meter freestyle race at the 2023 Belgian Open Swimming Championships in Antwerp, Belgium. I do need to double check the location before I do that. Yes. And he achieved a time of 21.98 seconds in the final on Saturday, 22 April 2023. With his time, he achieved first place. I provide my take/perspective on his performance and contextualize it in terms of competing at an open national championships in a country other than one's own country at the time of competition. I'm going to phrase that as for a country other than one's own country at the time of competition. So the country swimmers represent can change, be it they change because they want to change their nationality for swimming, or they just move in general. And sometimes they move to a different country and they choose to compete for their previous country, and sometimes they choose to compete for their new country, that kind of thing. So this is a case where he competed at this competition representing France, and it was a Belgian Open Championships. I actually saved, I was intrigued by it. It was 2023 was a year where I was following a number of different national championships and watching them and writing about them and that kind of thing. And this was an interesting one. It actually provided... They had so yes, it was at the Olympic Swimming Center, Wezenberg, Antwerp. So yes, it was in Antwerp. They had, I actually read through all of their logistical information, and I still have it all. I saved it all. There was structurally some rules because it was an open championship, so this would affect people like Florent Manaudou. So essentially, you can think of it as this national championships. If a person was representing Belgium, it just kind of functioned. Normally, if one was not representing Belgium, because they were not Belgian, they had a little bit of different structure. So I'll cover that. But first, it was a speedy time. He went out at 22 high in the preliminaries, if I'm recalling correctly, and then came in for the gold medal. And I saw this result, and I wrote about this result at the time, and I was pleased to see that somebody not in there competing at, so he's French, so not at a French national championship, still doing a speedy time. I consider, so this is long course meters, sub 22 is a good time for especially something like a national championships. It can be good outside of that as well, but I was pleased with his results. And so then what was different? So the medals were different. So it was kind of worded so there was a medal ceremony only if there's 3 Belgian swimmers, but then if there's 4 national non-Belgian swimmers, they do receive a medal, but only if they make the top 3. Okay, in the A final. And then so they pointed that out in distinction, and so I was like, okay. And medals were only awarded if they were present at the medal ceremony at the time, which was kind of for everybody. But then the one that was kicker prize money only allocated to the Belgian winner of an A final. So if you're not Belgian at this competition, you don't get prize money, which I thought was interesting. And that applied to individuals and relays as well. So it had to be the Belgium team for relays and the Belgian swimmer for swimmers. So the biggest difference for this one, for the Open Championships, was in prize money, and then the second one, there was something about national title. The national title only applied, Belgian champion is the term they use. That one was only open for the Belgians competing. So the prize money off the line and Belgian champion do not apply to the people like Mr. Manaudou. So while he won, there was no prize money and there was no Belgian champion that won with it, per official documentation from the Royal Belgian Swimming Federation. So, there we go. That was my take on the Florent Manaudou 50-meter freestyle, time of 21.98 seconds from 22 April 2023.